It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. Will Smith. This is what an ace looks like.
And tagged out is Riley, a double play.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. I'm your host, Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. But thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. A Max Muncy 3-run shot gives the Dodgers the win. The Dodgers win by a score of 7-4. And what a way to go into that All-Star break. The Dodgers record is now 56-35. They're on pace to win almost 100 games. They're now 2 games back from the Giants and from having the best record in all of Major League Baseball. But thanks again for rocking with us, guys. Go Dodgers. That's what I'm talking about. The Dodgers were 0 for 24 in games where they were trailing after the 8th inning. But the Dodgers come in, they get that dub, and when they trail after the 8 innings, 8 for 24, but the Dodgers get the win. But let me know where you represent Dodgers Nation from today. Give me cities, give me zip codes, give me your area codes, and give me one word that describes Max Muncy's walk-off. I heard a lot. We're going to get into these comments. We have a lot to talk about. It was a great game. We're coming, San Francisco. We may not have taken first place heading into the All-Star break, but you saw the play of Mookie Betts today. He was fantastic. Max Muncy, this team is going to round into form when it matters most, and that is towards the stretch run and into the postseason. I saw people out there saying the Dodgers don't have the clutch gene. The Dodgers this and that. This is the same team that came back trailing 3-1. How dare you doubt these Los Angeles Dodgers? This is a team that's going to have to be reckoned with if you want to win the World Series title. Remember, the World Series comes through the Dodgers, okay? And they are the defending champions, and you have to beat the champs if you want to beat the champs. And all this negativity surrounding this team is still on pace to win almost 100 games this season. They've overcome all these injuries, and that is how you end the first half. You score 22 runs. You take that team to the woodshed last night, and you get a walk-off win. But let's get into these comments. You guys are lighting it up. But thanks for rocking with this, you guys. Go Dodgers from Diane Schroeder. Diane Schroeder, she hadn't been at the Dodger Stadium in 30 years, and she went Friday, and they lost. And then Saturday and Sunday, you were saying that you're hoping to go to these games. But hey, man, it's never a bad game at Dodger Stadium. Yes, what a good game. That was a fun finish. MLB draft, so I'm watching that. Good times. Yeah, great job, Artie Swerdlow. I mean, how do you have the MLB draft while there's games going on? MLB, call the NFL. The NFL is the most popular league in the world, in the United States. Of course, not the world, but in the United States. Take some notes from them. How about the NBA draft? I mean, you just count so many L's that MLB takes, but having the draft and the futures game on the same day we have ongoing games, it's laughable, some of the decisions that Major League Baseball makes, but it doesn't change how much I love the sport, though. I will point that out. LA Bombers from Travis Harrison over on Facebook. We got Big Blue. We got Let's Go from Isaiah. We got What a Game. We got Freddie Frodman, Robin, Max Muncy. We got Way to Go Max. Happy again today. We got Josh Ramirez. Woo! Max Muncy walk-off home run. Let's go Dodgers. Going on right now. Let's go. Max is our MVP. Yeah, I mean, his 19th home run of the season. Max Muncy has been phenomenal this year, and you saw that on display once again today. Max Muncy has just had such a great year. And that's a very fitting way to go into the break with Max Muncy hitting a walk-off shot for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, just a fantastic way to just go into, put an exclamation point on the first part of the season for Max Muncy, a bona fide all-star. He'll be starting at the DH position. We know that it was a load of bull that he wasn't starting at first base considering the year that he and Freddie Freeman had, but this guy is a bona fide star. I mean, I remember everyone wanting to write out Max Muncy, saying it was a one-year fluke. Well, he had 35 home runs in 2018. He had 35 home runs in 2019, hit 12 last year in what was a down year. But hey, 60-game season, you don't have much time to make those adjustments. So Max Muncy has been sensational for your Los Angeles Dodgers. And I'm going to ask you guys that outright. Who is your first half? I mean, we're over first half as far as games goes, but as far as this Dodger team, who is your MVP so far this season? Is it Max Muncy? You can make the case for him. He has 19 home runs. He goes into the break with a 972 OPS. And but you can also make the case for Justin Turner. Justin Turner leads the club in hits with 94 hits. He's been fantastic, one of the best players in all of baseball heading into the break as far as how hot he's been the month of July. But let's get into these comments, guys. We'll break down the game. Way to go, Max. We got Craig Osterberg. Dodgers come from behind thanks to hot batters from yesterday, Albert and Zach. We got Chicken. We got Kim Kaner. New Max would go yard today. We got my man Anthony Keene always rocking with us at day one here. Yo, D-Mac, happy Sunday, my dude. Happy Sunday. Right back to you, Anthony Keene. You're almost like a part of the show. You're like one of the guys on the show. LFG, we coming. SF, great game from David. We got Muncy rocked him. We got hashtag road to repeat. Yes, guys. Before you know it, it's going to be postseason time. It's going to be time for those high-stakes games. We have to find a way to get in pole position in this division. We haven't been in first place since late April, so we got to find that first place back, and then we got to win our 9th straight division title, and then take on and then steamroll our way back to the World Series. But it's not going to be easy. It's a long road ahead, but give me a hashtag road to repeat because the baseball season is a grind, lots of ups and downs, but to me that's what makes it more compelling. I mean, it's a lot going on in a baseball season. We got New York. What a way to walk it off from Deborah Young. We got Forsyth. I like that. The Forsyth, that really caught my eye from New York. The big Palooka. They make mistakes. Winners make them pay. I like that. 801 Salt Lake City from Travis Harrison over on Facebook. Perfect from the 602. That's your one word to describe it. Mr. Death, Granada Hills, Damon McLean, the 9. Oh, my man, Damon McLean. I believe you got the Instagram meme game on lock, too. So shout out to you, my man, over from Australia. So you being in Australia, you get to see the Giants season go down the drain the opposite direction. But we got James Hyman. Mad Max is the best. Las Vegas. We got Kim Kennard, Clovis, California. Mad Max is on fire. We got Melbourne, Florida from Epic. Why did I try to say Melbourne in an Australian accent there? My bad. Great game, but it's still the D-backs. Okay, let's just bring the vibe all the way down by pointing out that it's the AA D-backs. That's what I like to call them. But look, the fact of the matter is there's still professionals out there. There's still big leaguers. And look, man, enjoy the victories, man. Look, you got to enjoy your success, man. And look, it's just fun to walk it off and just winning. Look, I always say losing is easy, winning is very hard. It's hard to win a Major League Baseball game. I don't care what you say, even if that other team has Josh Reddick. And Josh Reddick, you saw there in the 8th inning, really opened the door for the Dodgers. I believe, last time I checked, it was still pending the ruling, but I believe he didn't get an error on that play, which to me is a little surprise. The real MVP, that Cali Sunshine. So smash that like button and retweet and like and share the show for that Cali Sunshine getting into Josh Reddick's eyes. And whatever it was. I mean, that's probably an excuse for him at this point because it was just a boneheaded play. We got Mad Max goes yard. We got saved us from an embarrassing series loss to the D-Bags. San Antonio in the house. We got Maxwell, Silver Hammer. We got Nick Lava, LFG from the 951 Riverside, San Diego. Muntastic. I like that, Linda, over on Facebook. The 559 over on YouTube with a walk-off. Chico here, amazing from Lynn Brown. We got Epic from David Stoffer. We got Mag Max is on fire. Let's get that fire. Bring that heat for my man Max Muncy. Maximum Max Muncy. I mean, this guy is just a flat-out stud. He's one of the great success stories in Major League Baseball, considering the Athletics. The A's just threw him away. But the perseverance of Max Muncy is just so impressive. The year he's put together has just been outstanding, and they've needed Max Muncy. They've needed Max Muncy this season when you consider the fact that they haven't gotten the years from Mookie Betts or Cody Bellinger or Corey Seager that they had anticipated. Max Muncy stepped up when they needed him the most, and it was maximum clutchness tonight. You love to see it, and like I said, it was really a fitting way. If anyone deserved to hit a walk-off home run heading into the break, it's got to be Max Muncy. So it was great to see it, and I feel like, we talked about the Seagers, the Bellies, the Mookies. Max Muncy deserves a lot of love. This guy, he's a star. He's a top, to me, he's a top 15 player in Major League Baseball when you consider the improvement on defense this year. To me, that's almost as impressive as what he's done offensively, because we've seen him with the bat in previous seasons, 2018 and 2019. We've seen what he can do in the postseason. This is a guy who had a walk-off home run in the World Series in 2018, and so he has that, but I think his improvements from a fielder's perspective, you saw yesterday, he was upset with himself, didn't make that snow cone grab, so Max Muncy has just really put the Dodgers on his back early on this season, along with guys like Max, with Justin Turners and the Chris Taylors of the world, and look, I mean, Mookie Betts is going to be Mookie Betts in the second half. I can promise you that. Max Muncy, that funky Muncy from Lisa Macias. We got Max for MVP. By the way, be sure to head over to our YouTube channel. We're posting a lot of stuff about the trade deadline, posting multiple videos all day, every day. It's the fastest growing Dodgers YouTube channel in the game. Head over to youtube.com/Dodgers Nation, youtube.com/Dodgers Nation TV to subscribe. You got my man Clint Pacias and Brooke Smith. Those are my guys, and they're rocking with the flagship show tomorrow, the Blue Heaven podcast. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. You're not going to want to miss a thing during the trade deadline, the stretch run. We're dropping heat with my man Eric Yulo tomorrow, and this guy's a flat-out beast, the 3 Up, 3 Down podcast. But looks better now. We got D-Mac, looks like a Simpson. My bad. I changed the format. I looked like I was in a tanning booth or something crazy like that. But, hey, man, I was hot, man. Do you want you set up for a Cheeto bag? We got F the Giants going to buy me a Muncy jersey. Go buy yourself a Muncy jersey, but after that, go to gearup.la and get you some new Dodgers Nation merch, some of the hottest T-shirt designs in the game. You're going to find it right over there. We got an all-star discount special going on right now, so be sure to check that out. But how about that 22-1 game from Stephen Kaplan over on Facebook? Yeah, that was something, right? Last night, a Dodger record, 22 runs. You had the 8 home runs, also tying a franchise record, and you had the 2 grand slams, and you saw that stat. The Dodgers, 2 grand slams in the game, twice in a season, first of its kind. So this team, I mean, I really think it's really a credit to the standard that the Dodgers have set with their fan base and just their franchise in general, when you could even for a second look at this year and consider it a down year, consider it a disappointment. To me, with the injuries they've sustained to Dustin May, to guys like Tony Gonsolin coming in, having to ramp him up. You got guys like Corey Knebel, which was said to be a high-leverage guy. Same with Brusdar, Gratterall. There's been 27 pitchers pitched for the Dodgers this season. 27. I think the franchise record is 34, I believe, but 27 pitchers this season for the Dodgers. So the fact that they go into the break just 2 games back from the best record in Major League Baseball to be tied with it, I think that's really a testament to really the perseverance of this team. We're going to break down the game in just a second, but let's get into some more of your comments, guys. Who's your first half MVP? Do you think this team – I heard people out there on Twitter saying this team is not clutch. This team doesn't have the makings of a clutch team. They lack the clutch gene this year. But I'm saying, wait, a team with Justin Turner, a team with Max Muncy doesn't have the clutch gene? I mean, to me, it's only a matter of time, and we'll see how this team fares when it matters most. But this team has shown time and again that they're able to get the big hits when it matters. If you look at that 2019 that had 12 walk-offs, who's still here from that team? I don't know, pretty much everyone. So, yeah. Come on, Doug, from the 559 from Hanford. We got Joseph. We got real MVP. Okay, Joseph Megazzini, that's a good take, man. I like that. The real MVP is the Pavilion fans for abusing Reddick. The boy can't handle it. You're right. I think that's a great point. I think they were in his head with Josh, I call him Mr. 305. I call him Mr. 13.5 because that is his ERA after last night. You can thank that to Albert Pujols, who was just laughing before the pitch, and he hits a tank off of him. And look, Josh Reddick, like Joe Davis said, I was like, man, Joe Davis gave me goosebumps today. Man, when he was talking about when the guy, I love the guy in the first in the dugout seats with his jersey open, just chanting cheater. That guy had me rolling. And Joe Davis said that those chants are going to fall. I'm paraphrasing here, but he said those chants are going to follow the 2017 Astros for the rest of their careers. My man Clint Pacias said the rest of their lives, and I agree with both of them. It's going to haunt them, and it's going to follow them for as long as they're on the field. It's going to be the first thing that people think about when they see them for the first time. It's just the facts. I mean, that is the reality of the situation. And, those Dodger fans keep giving them hell, and we're going to give the Astros hell in early August when they come here. But, man, Josh Reddick, It's just, I mean, I'm not a hater like that. I don't wish for players to fail. I don't wish. I enjoy watching Fernando Tatis Jr. and all the great players around the game. But Josh Reddick, you talked a big game, and the one thing that I will tell you, as far as I'll speak on behalf of Dodgers Nation and Dodgers fans everywhere, we don't forget anything. Our memories are like elephants. We never forget. If you disrespect the Dodgers, we put it in that steel trap. We put the vault on, and we never forget. And Josh Reddick, Dodger fans are going to give you hell every time you step foot in the ravine. But love this. This weekend is a dreamer. We got Bravo, Italia. Okay, shout out to my friends. By the way, shout out to my other team in blue. Hey, congratulations to your team. I didn't really have a dog in the race, but that was a crazy ending. Max's this is for your MVP picks, guys. You have Max's from Leo ZZ Top over on Periscope. We got Sal Gonzalez. We need to get an ace and a closer to make a World Series run. Sal, definitely. We're going to be rocking with nonstop trade stuff this whole entire week. We'll even get into that on this show too, but I definitely am in agreement with you on some of your takes. The Dodgers need to add another arm. They need to potentially add another reliever. I think offensively, that'd be the last part that I would address as far as another right-handed bat. I think the way that Mookie Betts is going to round into form, you heard Joe Davis. He's reached on 9 of his last 11 plate appearances to be at back-to-back nights with a back-to-back nights with home runs. You had the grand slam yesterday. Today you get the big bomb. So to me, it's no question that Mookie Betts is Mookie Betts, okay? Like Dave Roberts and Albert Pujols told him. They said, hey, the name on the back of your jersey still says Betts number 50, and that means something because he's one of the best players of this generation. He's on a Hall of Fame trajectory, and today it was another nice day for Marcus Lynn Betts. And like I said, a lot of things keep me up at night: relief pitching, starting pitching, Dave Roberts' managerial miscues. But the worrying about whether or not Mookie Betts is going to be great, that just doesn't cross my mind because, one, the talent's there, but also the work ethic is there. And that's what you get with Mookie Betts. You heard Edwin Rios last year say, man, it's crazy that the highest paid guy on the team, as far as contract goes, is the first guy on the field, the first guy that's doing the drill. So that's why I don't stress too much about Mookie Betts when he's struggling, because you know he's going to put in that work. Do I think that back is 100%? The answer is no. Do I think that you saw some of those adjustments he's making with his hands? You're seeing those pay dividends. And today he goes 3 for 4 with a walk and an RBI today. He gets the home run, his 13th of the year. And just like that, I mean, Muncy has 19 home runs. Just like that, Mookie Betts has 13 home runs. I mean, like even his bad years, quote-unquote bad years, it's still a player that's going to help you win a lot of baseball games. And, yeah, I mean, how about you guys? How about this? Give me one word that you think that will describe how Mookie Betts' second half will go. I'll start. I'm going to say fire. I think he's going to be on fire throughout the second half. It's baseball. You're going to have your slumps, but I think he's going to be laser focused. And first of all, how popular is it? This is a message to these players out there that they say it's better to be likable than good. Well, he's both. He's likable and he's good, and his peers still voted him into that All-Star game. So Mookie Betts, I mean, that just shows you, man. That's how popular he is around the league. You got to really hand it to Mookie Betts. He is really coming together. That is from Mysterio over on YouTube. A Sailed Loner. What up, A Sailed Loner? Here. What a crazy first half. All the injuries and struggles, and we're still 56 and still 56 and I think it's 56 and 35, I believe. But yeah. I mean, I'm with you 100% on that. I mean, this team has not only that, you got the bullseye on your back. You going deep in a postseason run. You're readjusting to a full 162 game season, and I think if you really looked at this team on paper, and we told you before the season started that Bellinger and Seager were going to miss the majority of the first half, you would probably be happy with the 56 and 35 record heading into the break. So Seager back in August, Sal Gonzalez. I mean, Dave Roberts was pretty optimistic that they would get him back shortly after the All-Star break, as will Clayton Kershaw. So a big sigh of relief for Dodger fans. The MRI did not reveal anything with Clayton Kershaw's elbow, so that's definitely a positive. And they're going to have to find out. We got Muncy, got to be the first half MVP. We got Go Giants. Okay. Repping, hey, man, you're good for the streams, good for the numbers. You're good. We got Sign Barrios or Davis. pound for pound. We got I'm all in for exploring a trade for Barrios. I'm a big fan of his. Jake McGee has 19 saves for the Giants. Friedman got rid of him. I mean, yeah, he did. I mean, but we'll see. I mean, I'm interested to see the second half he has. You're talking about just straight heaters with him, and yeah. I mean, look. I mean, you can all say the same thing about Dylan Floro, but I'd probably rather have Dylan Floro than Jake McGee. Because Jake McGee was big, but I mean, how many times can you think of him coming up big in the postseason? I mean, I'll wait, right? Catman didn't pitch half bad. That's from Deborah Young. Yeah, it's another thing that will probably get lost in this because it was a walk-off win. But yeah, he's getting better, Deborah, and like you're seeing the improvement. The one thing that you want to kind of point at is that velocity. I mean, the velocity with Tony Gonsolin. Last year, you were seeing him at 96, at 95 consistently. This year, averaging a little over 93 on the heater. He's still going up to 94, 95 at times, but the punch-outs are really there. You saw today him get big strikeouts, and that is, to me, very encouraging. He goes 4 innings today, gives up 1 earned run, the home run, and the four hits, 1 earned run, 6 punch-outs, and 1 walk. So 83 pitches, 55 for strikes. So you just want to see him continue to command that strike zone and continue to be more efficient and lower that pitch count. That's really his issue because once he gets that pitch count up, you see him laboring out there. You see him starting to get tired, and when he gets tired, he starts to miss. Unfortunately, that's kind of his Achilles heel with Tony Gonsolin. And to me, it's about him just paying that strike zone. That split change is a special pitch. But I thought the other thing that kind of stood out to me with Tony Gonsolin was getting punch-outs with that slider. He still can throw by guys when he's locating that four-seam fastball. So, yeah, I mean, he had some really nice moments today, and you're right. I mean, having him come in and give you 4 or 5 innings when you consider the current state of this Dodgers bullpen, I think that it was definitely a step in the right direction today for Tony Gonsolin. It wasn't like he went out there and got rocked. And remember, this is a really good week for Tony Gonsolin, who had his best start of the season against the Marlins. So, yeah, I mean, yes, granted, you're not talking about 2 explosive offenses in the Marlins and the Diamondbacks, but when you're a player that's dealt with a shoulder injury and shoulder inflammation, you're trying to ramp yourself up in the middle of the season, you just have to, take those baby steps, success, and just kind of allow him to grow into this role. Betts was 3 for 4. Yeah, it was nice to see, man. It was nice to see Betts go 3 for 4, had the RBI, and he had the walk. Trade Roberts for Dusty Baker, Sal Gonzalez. Big disagree on that. Roger Kennard, ex-Dodgers great Josh Reddick, really helped out our ball club there in the 8th inning. Let's go, Dodgers. 2021 Roger, the Los Angeles Dodger from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I like it, man. Welcome to the show, man. You're always rocking with us here. Pollock is on fire. That's from Ben. Yeah, and that's another positive sign, especially for the Dodgers, because look, I mean, if the pitching was intact, if the bullpen was intact, maybe they would consider looking at a right-handed bat option. But if AJ Pollock can continue to have this success, I think that they'll be okay with what they have. Especially, I mean, look, I mean, it was nice to see Pujols lead off that 9th inning with a single. It wasn't a bomb. He wasn't trying to hit a home run. He was just trying to pass the baton, and that is what this team needs. And when you have this relentless approach by the Dodgers, where they don't expand the strike zone, where they look at pitches that they can attack and they can drive, it's just it's maddening for opposing pitchers and opposing managers because of their play discipline and their selectivity as far as attacking pitches they can drive. And that is what this team needs to do. And you don't need to go out there and hit all the home runs they hit yesterday to have a good offense if you're this Dodger team. But, yeah, that's definitely a really, really positive sign to see A.J. Pollock going into this break, having so much success. And if you look at it, I mean, it's pretty sustained. I mean, in his last 12 games, you guys ready for this? A.J. Pollock has a 1278 OPS in his last 12 games with 6 home runs and 2 doubles. Okay, let me say that again. His last 12 games, heading into the break, 12 for his last 38 with a 1278 OPS. So Pollo is officially going loco here, and hopefully he can stay hot in the second half of the year and stay healthy. We've seen that be an issue with Pollock in the past, is staying on the field. And, yeah, here we go. We got Anthony Keene. So this is your one word to describe Betts' the second half. We got tremendous from James. We got QX 1947. Mookie Betts is the last player to worry about. A big agree. Moose 1032. Doug, is Bellinger struggles in his swing or in his mental? I think it's a combination of everything. I mean, look, the thing about Cody Bellinger is he's still working his way back. He's still working his way back. You saw a home run yesterday. You're starting to see better at-bats. But I think with Cody Bellinger, sometimes when he has a bad at-bat, it really sticks out. Like if it's a breaking ball low and away and he's doing that little swing where he looks like a T-ball player or something like that, it just looks ugly out there. But mind you, heading into today, 137 plate appearances. So he still is getting into that groove, finding a rhythm. He's a guy that's going to work during the break too, I hope. Maybe take a breather, but I want to see him get right back at it. And also, you have to talk about his impact defensively. We haven't thought about Mookie Betts in center. We haven't thought about Chris Taylor playing center field. You have Cody Bellinger, one of, if not the best center fielder in the game, and he's out there and he's having an impact on this team no matter what. And the offense will come around. And at least I just want him to be a guy that can, look, man, give me 250 in bombs. Give me 250 in bombs, if nothing else. Just don't go ice cold. So I'm still high on Bellinger, but Pollock is on fire. We got Mookie Betts. I like this from Jerry Gonzalez over on Facebook. Mookie Betts is the silent assassin. The Dodgers, the silent assassins. Cool. Kookier Betts like winner. Okay, I like it. Tony Sharma, how good is that Tatis? Did the Dodgers did okay. Deborah Young. Mookie will join my man AJ on fire in the second half. There we go. Deborah Young, you have stuck by Deborah Young. I almost think your name's Deborah Pollock because you have never ditched your boy AJ Pollock for the ups and downs, smiles and frowns, as Snoop Dogg likes to say. You've been with your boy. We got, do you think Cody is done? This from Larry. He can't hit at all and is no longer in a slump. I mean, he hit a home run yesterday. I mean, today wasn't his day, but he did hit. I mean, he hit a bomb yesterday. And, yeah, I mean, he's just getting that. He's got to get that rhythm back. Today, I mean, 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. I mean, that slugging percentage, 303, the batting average, 176. Look, the thing about Major League Baseball is you can't hide from your numbers, okay? Your numbers are who you are. And, yeah, I mean, if he goes the rest of the way and posts those kind of numbers, that's going to be bad news. I mean, at that point, you might be talking about totally changing that swing up. But we see when it's on, when he's hitting for power, he's a guy that is, I mean, he can give you big bombs in big spots. Just see the World Series last year and the NLCS Game 7. So here we go. 1 second here, guys. Do you think the Dodgers will target Chris Bryant? That's from Xavier Garcia. I think that it would have been, look, I mean, the Cubs are a team that is reeling. There's a lot of pieces on that team that make sense to sell if you're the Cubs. He's a guy that's going to be a free agent next season, so I don't think it would take a massive haul to get him. I think it's possible, but I think the Dodgers need to focus on pitching. I'm confident that they're going to have enough offense, especially when you consider the year that Justin Turner's having and Max Muncy, and we don't even have Corey Seager back or Bellinger, an optimal Bellinger at this point. So I'm still optimistic that this team will come around offensively. It would be a nice thing, but at this point, when you consider this rotation, when you consider all the innings that Julio has pitched and Walker Buehler and Clayton Kershaw, you want to give yourself a backup plan, a contingency plan, just in case one of those other arms goes down and guys like David Price or Tony Gonsolin don't find it. But yeah, they're definitely going to have to add an arm. I think you have to kind of move forward at this point with a starting, wanting to add a starting pitcher. But you got Chris Taylor as your first half MVP, Pollock the GOAT from Ben Kuacha. Tony Gosman would be great on the Dodgers, LOL. He definitely would, but you don't see very many deals with the Dodgers and the Giants, especially when you got Farhan up there. And look, I think the Giants are just going to compete throughout the way. I mean, at this point, I feel like you owe it to your franchise, you owe it to your fans, and you owe it to your veteran, your older players, guys like Longoria and Brandon Crawford and the Gosmans of the world, guys that, look, man, say what you want about the Giants and the Padres. I love the fact they're competing. Like, they're not like this Diamondbacks team that, look, I mean, you should be penalized, you should be relegated. Like I said, I want to see the Savannah Bananas instead of the Diamondbacks if you're going to continue to tank like this. So, Maximum Muncy from Ray F., second walk-off of the year. Yeah, the first one was sick. Dodgers, get your rest, and we'll be ready to roll in the second half. We got, Angels just didn't know how to use Pujols. We do. That's from James Hyman. Yeah, I mean, look, this is a guy that don't underestimate just wanting to be your general buy-in factor And look, I mean, look, I'm not even hating on the Angels. They got a guy like Jared Walsh. The keeping Pujols for them wouldn't have made very much sense because they're a team that is not a playoff contender. They aren't. They're not even close to being a playoff contender. In fact, they're one of the worst run organizations, in my opinion, in Major League Baseball because they have the resources, because they're willing to pay for guys like Anthony Rendon, who's been terrible. Not terrible, but, I mean, he hasn't lived up to that contract. They've got Shohei Ohtani, one of the most, I mean, like, you can't even describe what Shohei Ohtani is. This guy's an absolute beast. And you have Mike Trout, and they're a team that I believe they're in fourth place in the AL West. So they're a team, they don't know how to build a contender in Anaheim. They don't know how to build a bullpen, a starting rotation that can give you depth and length and help you win divisions. They just don't have that in Anaheim. So find a way to to develop Jared Walsh. I understand it, but look, I mean, yeah, Anthony Rendon, 93 OPS plus this year. To me, he's been a bust as an Angel. Last year, little bit he was good last year for sure, but he was really good last year. I'm pretty sure he was pretty solid. But this year, he's been not a good year for Anthony Rendon. I mean, just 6 home runs on the season. And this is your big signing that's supposed to help you. But the MLB draft is live. The MLB draft is live now. We got thoughts on Rex. Did anyone see Altuve's horrible tattoo? The one, yeah, looks like it was done like a magic marker. But let's get into this game, guys. We got a lot to – let's go. So the bottom of the first inning on a 2-2 pitch, Mookie Betts homers to left field, 379 feet, 100.8 miles per hour off the bat. And – the Dodgers take the lead, a 1-0 lead for LA right there. And then in the top of the second, on the 11th pitch of the at-bat, Josh Reddick singled to left. Peralta grounded into a fielder's choice to second. Reddick was safe after a fielding error by JT. And then he punches out Vogt with the split change for the first out. Then Varsho grounded into a fielder's choice for the second out. They get the out at second, and Reddick advanced to third. Then Kelly grounded into a fielder's choice to short, and they get out of that inning. So the thing about that in the second inning for Gonsolin, 22 pitches to the first, and through that inning, that velo, like I said, took a little dip there, and then on the top of the third inning on a 3-2 pitch, Gonsolin, he misses high and away to Rojas. He issues that leadoff walk. Then on the 7th pitch of the at-bat to Van Meter, he strikes him out with a curveball for the first out, and then he strikes out Escobar swinging with a slider for the second out, and then he strikes out Walker with a high fastball for the third out. So he strikes out the side there in the third after issuing that 3-out walk, that first that leadoff walk there, and I thought that was big. I think it's good for his confidence. I mean, he's had all these base runners this year, but hasn't given up very many runs, so he's been pitching with traffic this year, but it's finding a way. You know, they say cats have 9 lives, and he's a guy out there that is living up to that. But we'll get back into this game here. But Craig Kimbrell or Zach Davies, the only trade options this team should consider from the Cubs. I'll agree with that. I mean, look, man, who knows, man? Go crazy. Javier Baez, you got Chris Bryant out there. I mean, who knows? I mean, but if you're asking me, yes, I do think that those are more realistic needs that you would have to address this team right away. But we still have Nunez start? Probably not, but it is funny how he does look exactly like Aroldis Chapman with his delivery. We got Anthony Hollywood Lifestyle Rendon. Got to give you one for that. Max Muncy won the game. That's good. LOL, the Angels are in 4th place, and all they think about is Ohtani. That's from Mr. Stat Cat. We got free Mike Trout from Anthony Keene. Yeah, how about this? If you could pick one team, yeah, Mike Trout is. But let's get to this game. That's why I root for the Dodgers, even when I'm 20 minutes away from Angel Stadium. That's from Chris Song over on YouTube. We got Same LMAO. We got Mookie Betts, Justin Turner, great players. We got Serhan on, really trying to promote the MLB draft. That's probably Manfred's burner YouTube, because he knows that it was pretty dumb to schedule the MLB draft on the day where you have an NBA Finals game, the Euro Cup final, and baseball games in session. But Manfred's gonna Manfred, and that's just how it is. And there's gonna be so many less eyeballs on MLB draft. Why would you do that? I don't get that. Don't understand it. But we got and if we need to pick up at least one, if not 2 arms from Diane Schroeder, I agree with that. We got Roger Kennard. When will Will Smith learn how to run the bases? Keibert Ruiz always knows how to rake and run, and he'll continue to improve defensively. Let's go Dodgers. I agree. I mean, yeah, he can improve in that aspect too. I mean, Will Smith does have that cannon. You saw that on display today. And then, look, I mean, I'm hoping next year you see both of them on the field a lot, Roger. I mean, you have the DH in place. Yes, you're going to use Justin Turner at DH, but Will Smith is a converted catcher, right? He is capable of playing other positions on the diamond. He does have the arm for it. I think that it's not like a Jock Peterson where I think if you put him at first, it was inevitable that it would end up in a disaster. That, to me, is not the case of Will Smith. And I think if you hold on to Keibert Ruiz, you have to play him. You have to play him. He needs to be up. He needs to be playing at this point or next season when you're going to have the DH in Major League Baseball. So Jimmy Denson, who'll be your MLB All-Star Game MVP? Give me those predictions down below in the comments section. And give me a grade, A, B, C, D, or F. You can throw pluses and minuses in there for grade your Dodgers in the first half. I'm going to read a lot of these. So anyone who throws them in there, I'm going to read it, and we're going to keep breaking down this game. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. After the Dodgers get it done, they go into the break with the big walk-off win. Max Muncy from Thousand Oaks. I'm glad they won, keeping pace with the Giants. We need to take advantage of the break and sign a couple of strong arms. But here we go. We got top of the fourth. So Josh Reddick popped to short for the first out. Then Peralta struck out swinging with he punches out Peralta with a splitter, low and away for the second out. And then on a 1-2 count, Vogt hits a solo home run off Tony Gonsolin to even things at one apiece. It was supposed to be up, and he just kind of missed his spot. It kind of leaked into the middle of the plate. He crushed it, 102 off the bat. 94.3 miles per hour. That's how fast that heater was. And like I say, it doesn't have that same zip that we saw last season. I'm hoping that'll be something that we'll see continue to rise as the season progresses. And we start to see him hitting 96 on the gun with more regularity. But I love Tio Albert. That's from John D. When is Corey coming back? Tanner Horton. Sometime after the All-Star break. And I assume it'd be closer than that at worst late July, early August. But here we go. We got your grades here. We got A- from Craig Osterberg. We got B+++ from Jimmy Denson over on Facebook. We got Sergio Macias with an A. We got Just Showed Up. What's up, boys? What up, Diego, over on YouTube? Always rocking with us, man. You get a Let's Go Dodgers. I love that Mookie passed on the All-Stars. Yeah, I mean, if he needs it, it's better for the Dodgers. And selfishly, yeah, you can go there and people will go crazy. It's Mookie Betts. He's one of the biggest stars in the game. But if you need the rest, I think that if this was a normal year, or we didn't have that big break last year, and we were just kind of in the thick of just normal 162 game seasons, I think I might have a problem with guys like DeGrom or Mookie Betts opting out because look, you want to grow this sport, and these players, you have to sell this sport. You have to sell the brand of Major League Baseball. And you got guys like Ronald Acuna Jr. who are out for the season, guys that are even close to being healthy. Really, it's better for the sport. Like you wouldn't have, Adam Silver in other sports, they kind of work together in promoting the game better than Major League Baseball does. But look, I'll tell you what, it's going to be the Ohtani show. It's going to be the Ohtani show for the weekend. So it's not like the Mookie Betts would have been at the center stage there, and he's been there, done that. But Deborah Young, B+ for the first half. A- from Mysterio for the first half for your first half grades. Isaac Garza over on Facebook. You're rocking with an A-. Joseph Lopez was at the game. It was fire. Well, you get that fire sound right here then. We got A is better than A-W's been. What's up, D-Mac? What up, Eddie, over on YouTube? Welcome to the show. We got B- from Michael Hicks. We got Nestor G. Offense gets a B-. Starters A. Bullpen B. Yeah, the starters really, they've been pretty fantastic for the most part this season. But we got the injuries, got the Bauer situation. I do think this rotation is going to look very different. Heading into today, the Dodgers starters were 38-18 with a 2.95 ERA, 571 strikeouts to 128 walks. They led big leaguers. They led Major League Baseball in strikeouts, ERA, WHIP, and quality starts and opponents on base percentage. So yeah, this starting rotation was very effective, but uncertainty of Trevor Bauer. Will we see him back this year? That's a major question mark. I would say based on how the Dodgers have been, the Dodgers' actions alone with canceling the bobblehead night, with removing him from pretty much any promotional items at all whatsoever, cutting his clips out of things, pretty much aggressively distancing themselves from him. I would say that I wouldn't bet on it. And I think the Dodgers, they need to make the necessary, the requisite moves to make sure the starting rotation has the innings in it to get this season where they want it to be, and that's a World Series championship. Hey, dude, you want a beer with me in Torrance? I got the Spectrum. Johnny D, man, who knows, man? Maybe I'll bump into you somewhere, and we'll get it popping. Diane Schroeder from B+ for your first half ranking. Mysterio, I would say the bullpen really needs to improve. Rick Yang, shout out from Beijing. Wow, that's awesome, man. Dodgers Nations. Shout out, man. Rick Yang over on YouTube from Beijing. That's what I'm talking about. We got has anyone seen the video of Justin Turner? We got B- from Eddie R. Thanks a lot, Tanner Horton. You the man. Appreciate that. We got get rid of Alexander. Why is he still on the team? He always gives up the bomb. I mean, he's been pretty solid in his how he's played in his appearances this season, but it was not his day today. Let's get into that. So bottom of the was the top of. By the way, Vesia looked pretty good today too. I mean, he came in, pitched the top of the 6th, had a 1-2-3 inning, and then top of the 7th inning. So Vogt singled to right, Varsho Vogt singled to right, then Varsho homer to center to make it 4-1 Diamondbacks. Lefties were 4 for 34, hitting 118 against Scott Alexander this year, and then he gives up those back-to-back hits, first the single, then the home run, and then gives up the other hit, and then he gets Rojas to ground out for the first out. Then Van Meter doubles to deep right center. So 3 lefties get hits off Scott Alexander. Then Bickford comes in to get Walker to ground into a fielder's choice to get the Dodgers out of the inning. But at that point, top of the 7th, the Dodgers, they're down 4-1 at that point in the game. And you're thinking, okay, this is a team that has not been a clutch team late in games, but that clutch gene is still in this team. And bottom of the 7th inning, Will Smith struck out looking for the first out. Chris Taylor singled to center. So they got a 1-out single from CT3. Then A.J. Pollock, he grounded to the pitcher. And then with a runner on, Pujols struck out swinging on 3 pitches. And then the top of the 8th, a 1-2-3 inning for Blake Trinan. That was a big inning right there. And then the bottom of the 8th inning. So bottom of the 8th inning, this is where it really went down for the Dodgers. McKinstry with the leadoff walk. Mookie Betts singled to right. Muncy singled to right. Justin Turner hit one to right center that Reddick just lost in the sunshine or just being terrible. Josh Reddick, he just didn't make the catch. That made it 4-2 Dodgers. So with the way the base runners are running, they don't want to take very many risks. They only were able to get 1 run out of it. So I was a little worried at that point. You possibly could have gotten 2, but at that point you really have to play it safe, get the 1 run, and then with the bases loaded, no outs, Cody Bellinger struck out swinging, and then Will Smith was hit by a pitch. That scored Mookie Betts, making it 4-3 Diamondbacks. Dodgers just trailing by 1 at that point. And then Chris Taylor, so clutch. The CNCT3 stands for clutch. And he singled to right center, scoring Max Muncy to tie things up at 4. And then A.J. Pollock, he popped to short. So that was big to get that tie in that inning and take advantage of those base runners. Take advantage of the walks. I mean, look at that inning. You get a walk. You get a single. You get, it was like, death by paper cuts for that Diamondbacks team. And they found a way to get the big hit. And that's the thing. You get the base runners, you got to get that big base knock. And Chris Taylor has done that this season. Remember the 14-pitch at-bat against St. Louis. This is a guy who's got a lot of clutch in him. And then top of the 9th, Kenley Jansen comes in. He gets Varsho to pop to first, gets Ahmed to fly to right, and then Rojas single to left center. Not a bad pitch, 95 miles per hour on it. Just he got it, he put a good swing on it, poked it into left field, and he gets Fairchild. By the way, a nice play by Artio, Mr. Albert Pujols, to get that play out in foul territory. And then the Dodgers in the 9th inning, they come through. We're going to break that down in just a second. But update on Seager, please. Henry, go to the YouTube channel over at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. But I've said after the All-Star break, before August, some point in that window, Doc was very optimistic that it would be right after the All-Star break or close to that. I'm with you, Sergio. I can't wait for it either. It's going to be big time to see him come in his platform year, wanting to come in and rake. He's going to want to make some money, man. Don't underestimate the power of the bag. And he's going to want to come back and prove that he's an elite player with an elite bat. We know his hit tool is fantastic, and he's going to be a man on a mission when he gets back from injury. But, yeah, bottom of the ninth inning, Albert Pujols, I mean, that's what you need. I mean, he's the guy who can get you the home runs, but I love that piece of hitting right there. He takes strike one looking, and then he singles. He gets a nice little single there on a fastball on the second pitch, gives the Dodgers the leadoff single, and then Rex came in to run for Albert Pujols. And then McKinstry, he sacrificed a nice bunt by McKinstry there, sacrifice bunt, gets Rex to second. And then Mookie Betts, he was intentionally walked. They kind of started the count, but they ended up walking him. And then Max Muncy, you knew it was coming. The first pitch, he fouls that one off on the changeup, and then he takes two changeups for balls. And then on a 2-1 count, four-seam fastball, kind of bottom of the zone, a low, and he just cranks it out, 96 miles per hour, 403 feet, gives the Dodgers the win. Max Muncy with the walk-off. It was a great day to be a Dodger fan at the Ravine, and we have a big second half coming up, guys. We've got the trade deadline. We've got guys coming back. I mean, this is going to be a big-time second half, and look, let's be honest with you. This team is it's World Series or bust. Anything else would be a disappointment. But before we head out of here today, I want you guys to let me know, how will this season end for the Dodgers? What's your read on the 2021 Dodgers at this point in the season? Is it a not make the playoffs? Is it lose in the wild card game? Is it lose in the division series? Is it lose in the NLCS? Is it lose the World Series? Is it win the World Series? I want you guys to let me know right now, today, heading into the All-Star break. What is your prediction for the Dodgers? How will their season end? Me, I still feel really good about a World Series title. No one scares me in the National League. The Padres, did they lose to the Rockies again? The Rockies trying to win consecutive road games for the first time this season. And that Padres team is very inconsistent. The Giants team, I think, will tail off. And even if they don't, I think the Dodgers would handle them in a series. And then the Brewers, look, that's a team that we could face down the line. But no one from the NL East scares me. The Atlanta Braves, it seems like everything is going wrong for them this season. And I still believe this Dodger team will be champions at the end of the year. When it's all said and done, I still think this team finds a way to go back and become the first team since 2000 to win back-to-back titles, the first team in the National League to do it since the 76 Cincinnati Reds. But here we go. I want to read your predictions, and we'll head out of here. You guys can enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We got Hamels should sign with the Dodgers, but here we go. Let's start with the top. We got win the World Series from Ian. We got by the way, Jim, yes, you'll see Lux go to second when Seager comes back, yes. Deborah Young, we will make it to the playoffs one way or another. We'll be fine in the playoffs as long as the Padres aren't in it. Okay, so you don't want to play the Padres, it seems like. Grom, we have lose the NLCS. Henry, I was negative about Pujols, but he still's got some gas in the tank, and that's what he said in his press conference. And look, I respect you for just being real with it, man. Most people, I respect you, Henry Orozco, over on YouTube by saying, look, mate, you were negative about it at the beginning. A lot of people were. Some people weren't. I was, just pretty much mind blown that he was a Dodger growing up, seeing him be the best player in the game. But most people, when their takes don't turn out the right way, they go back and they delete all their takes. They pretend they never said it. But, you owned up to it, and you're a real one. Leo ZZ Top over on Periscope. The second half, we will be World Series. A-Goat World Series. Ruben, win. Constance, repeat World Series champs. Heart of Lions. We got Robert Rocha, Dodgers go to the World Series. I don't know if they will win. Cruise through the next year where they win again from Bolton over on YouTube. Patrick Gagne, Dodgers off the 2021 playoffs for Blue October. Daniel, we got the World Series. Let's win one for Tommy Lasorda. You're going to get one of these for that. For sure. Yeah, let's win one for Tommy Lasorda. I like that. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, we need pitching to repeat. Need two starting pitchers. Anthony Keene, it's hard to predict. Team has been inconsistent at their best. Series champs for sure. Anthony, you hedging, man. You hedging on that one. I need a prediction. Of course, when they're inconsistent, you just don't know. But Anthony Keene, I need a prediction out of you, my man. I need a bold take. But it's all good. I agree with you, though. I mean, it's tough. On their bad nights, it looks like maybe they won't make the playoffs. On their good nights, it looks like no one could beat them. So I agree with you. It's a roller coaster ride. It can be pretty frustrating at times. But Deborah Young says repeat. We need starting pitching to repeat from Roy Estrada. Jeff Lane, healthy Dodgers take it 2 and through for 2. I like that, Jeff Lane. Backo, if your team that takes a bunch of walks, you're bound to leave guys, but it's about limiting that, so I agree. We got Dodgers in 2. We got Constance. Did you see how Altuve allowed his shirt to be stripped today? Just shows he lied before. I mean, I got to look into that. I was watching this game. I saw it. You guys know I've done so many things about the asterisks throughout the years on YouTube. I'm like public enemy number 1 in their fan base. I've had people DM me pictures of my Twitter stuff with marking up my face and drawing stuff on me. I've heard it all, seen it all when it comes to that fan base. And maybe we'll do a video and call them out again. It'd be fun. We got Tio Pujols is awesome. We got pound for pound. Dodgers will win the World Series if they get 2 quality starting pitchers and no one else gets injured from this point on. Go Dodgers. I like that. Pretty pragmatic, a realistic point right there. Anthony Keene, here we go. Considering the Dodgers been kind of trash and still got the second best record, I'm going with the World Series champs. That's the Anthony Keene that I know and love. That's the guy who's fearless with his predictions, and I'm feeling better about the Dodgers' chances. The fact that you said that. We got still think that Hamels will help the Dodgers. Hey, man, I put the question on the YouTube channel. It'll be interesting. I think that next week, July 16th, how will he throw? I mean, in 2019, his walk percentage, his strikeout percentage, he had an ERA around 3, under 4 at least. I think it was like 3.18 or 3.48, something like that. So I would take a 2019 Cole Hamels. I mean, he's pretty much ancient. He's 37 years old, but I mean, the fact that Dodgers signed Pujols lets me think that there's a better chance they would consider bringing in a guy like Cole Hamels, because it lets you know they're trying to weigh all their options this year and leave no stone unturned. But yeah, guys, why is everyone always bagging on Lux? I mean, look, man, a lot of hype. To me, you know how I feel. You got to have the patience. You got to have the patience with young players. Gavin Lux is, to me, when I look at these young players, guys like Gavin Lux, I look at those moments where he flashes, and I think that I want to see him come back. I want to see Corey Seager take that shortstop spot back. Yes, Lux has some better range, but I think that he would just be more comfortable playing at second base, less pressure on him to produce offensively with Seager back in the lineup. Today, I mean, he got pinch hit for, so yes, he had the matchups there, but still, he goes over 2 with the strikeout today, did Gavin Lux. Yeah, I'm definitely not a guy who, obviously I'm not a guy who would even consider selling. If you look at Gavin Lux, last 13 games, he's hitting .244 with a .682 OPS. And then get deeper than that, his last 25 games, he's slashing .213, .344, .275 with a .619 OPS, no home runs, a triple, and 3 doubles. So, I mean, he's got to come around. And the bottom line with Gavin Lux is, when you're a prospect that was the favorite to win the Rookie of the Year in 2020, and you were one of the hottest prospects in baseball, you're going to get that kind of pressure. And unless he produces, unless he makes all-star teams, people are going to see it as an underwhelming career for Gavin Lux. So that's just how it is, man. That is just how it is for Gavin Lux. And I hope that he finds a way to become a perennial all-star, or at least a really, really solid big leaguer. I like Lux in the bottom half of the lineup behind our healthy starters. Sergio Macias, Dodgers should trade for Kyle Gibson. Thanks again. Thanks, Max, again. We'll take it. We got Anthony Keene. Lux going to have a great second half. Breaks going to do him good. A lot of stress, a lot of pressure on a guy like Gavin Lux. And we've seen him have his moments, man. I mean, I think before today, obviously the Bellinger walk-off was big, but before today, the Mariners walk-off was one of my favorite, or not the Mariners walk-off, but that late inning, 7th inning bomb with the Dodgers. They hadn't come back in a game where they were trailing by more than 4 runs in a game. So he has a nose for the moment, for the big moment. And, I'm not done with Gavin Lux, but hit those thumbs up. Yeah, thanks, Craig Osterberg. But, yep, guys, thanks for rocking with us, man. It's always great to do this show after a big win, but today especially when you get the Max Muncy walk-off. And like I said, even though we have the All-Star break, we're still going to be doing shows all day, every day over on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty when it comes to the trade deadline stuff. We're going to get really into it. But Leo ZZ Top first half NL awards, we'll get into that too. Eddie R., a great show today. D-Mac, thanks, my man. Thanks for rocking with us, all you guys, as always. Look for a video on that. I'm going to do one on that, too, coming up. Thanks again, guys. as always, you guys are the best fans in the game. Dodgers fans in a class all by themselves. Great win today, Dodgers. They find a way to come back late, trailing. They tie it in the 8th, and they win it in the 9th. But be sure to you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to head over to DodgersNation.com. We'll do some last couple takes here, guys, and then we'll head out. Have a great All-Star break, everyone. Leo, great show. DMAC, we got you the best. DMAC, thanks, Stephen Toe. Thanks. Yeah, you guys are always hooking it up with. You guys are always. You guys are the best, man. I appreciate it, man. Anthony King, thanks, guys. Thanks, Doug. Man, you guys are awesome. But thanks, guys. See you guys after the break. Enjoy the break. We got a lot to talk about adding some players and adding some pursuing some trades to really sure up this roster for the stretch run. But it is nice to go into the break with the win and exciting day. But yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Thanks again, guys. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. What a snap. This is what an ace looks like.
And tag out is Riley, a double play.